Have this type of game now versus later.
Yeah.
So it's good. There's good things to take out of it.
It looked like you guys haven't played a lot of zone this year, right? I think you tried a little bit of that today.
Yeah.
Was that just something to kind of
Yeah.
take a shot, learn from?
Yes, I think everything. I think with it being 3 back-to-back games, I think it was a good way to kind of rest a little bit on the defensive side of things, but also, kind of give them something new. They're hitting shots everywhere, so, defensively trying to throw them off a little bit. But once again, they were hitting everything from the zone as well, so it was just a tough day.
Sure. I mean, it's probably hard to grasp big picture thoughts right in this very moment. It's been 10 minutes. But this week as a whole, how successful do you feel like it was for you guys?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of good to take out of it. That's what I've been trying to tell the team, even after today's game. I mean, obviously it did not go how we wanted at all, and we can play a lot better, but that should not take away from our season, and let alone these past few days. We have a young team that, has had a lot of growing pains, and they're doing so great with the position and roles that they've been given. So I think there's a lot of things to take out of it. So definitely cannot keep our heads down. We got to keep them up and move on to this next part of the season.
You mentioned how young this team is. When you're playing against an experienced team like UCLA, how important is it for some of these younger teammates of yours to get this kind of experience in a tournament setting so that you have the ability to watch them one day maybe be that kind of UCLA experience?
Yeah, you need to have these types of games, especially because they're, like you said, they had a lot of experience in the UCLA team. Their subs had a lot of experience as well. So there's just a really great team, and we just need to make sure that, we go through these types of things, because then it will make us better for the next games coming up.
Whether you guys had won or lost, I assume that the conversation would be about, flushing and focusing on the NCAA tournament. So does it take a while to flush a game like this, or how long will it be, will you guys be able to avoid focusing on this game?
Yeah, we'll have some time off, some off days throughout this next week, so that will be really good, just kind of resetting. But I think we do a great job at, when we've had those slumps, of just, resetting and getting as a collective group back together and moving on to the next thing. So I think that there's, it's tough. We're going to really take it in today, but we do a really great job at moving on to the next thing. So, I'm not worried or anything about that with how everybody's going to handle it.
Your season's not over officially, but this was your last Big Ten tournament appearance. What is this weekend meant to you as a senior and the weekend you guys have had?
Yeah, I mean, it's so special. Not many times do you get to the Big Ten championship, let alone multiple times throughout for my personal career. So it's been a blessing. It's so fun. This is the best time and most fun time of the year. So a lot of good to take out of it. Obviously, not the best outcome, but it's just so fun. And I love these girls. I love our fans. We have the best environment. So it's been really, really good.
They've done that to everybody in the Big Ten this year. What makes their personnel and their team so impossible to deal with?
Well, one, they've got a lot of good players, but not only that, it's really hard because you got Lauren Betts, who can obviously take up the interior, but also everybody's averaging around the same amount of points, so it's not like you can just focus on one player. It's like everybody's is very capable of scoring. So if one person you kind of shut down, the next person's going to step up and hit their shots, and obviously today everybody was hitting their shots. So it's a very hard team to guard, and especially when they're hot, I mean, there's not much you can do. They have a lot of experience, they've been playing together, and big guards, so just a really tough team to match up with.
How can this kind of be beneficial in a way for the group?
Yeah, I think it's a big learning game for us. We know what we need to work on from here on out, and we'll watch a lot of film and see where we go from here, and just learning how to bounce back also will be super important.
You've mentioned before how much you love playing in this particular tournament. What did it mean for you to compete for a tournament title in your final year with this team?
Yeah, I think it meant a lot. At the start of the season, people didn't even have us in the top 5 of the conference, which I think was a lot of fuel for us, and so getting to play in the final, in the championship, was good.
You want to flush a game, win or lose, when you're going into the NCAA tournament? You want to focus on the next game. Are games like this hard to forget? Are they harder than others when you lose a game like this?
For me personally, I don't think so. I've been in this position before. I've played in a lot of games, and I think moving on is pretty easy. I think I'll get the girls the best I can, try to lead them to moving on to the next one, and knowing how important getting better will be.
What is it about UCLA that made them so kind of relentless, I guess, or why was it so hard to stop a team scoring like that?
Yeah, I think they were firing on all cylinders. They were playing really, really well, and like I'm sure they always do, but yeah, they've got a lot of really seasoned players. They've got some great pieces, and they all just fit together really well.
When it comes to how young this team is at its core, how important is it for you and Kylie and maybe some of the girls who've experienced this before to put your arms around some of this younger team and say, like, this is a difficult loss, but at the same time, you could also reach the experience that UCLA currently has too?
Yeah, I think they follow by example pretty well. I know I'll be good to go when we have practice next, and just working to get better, and I think they'll follow in our footsteps.
I saw afterwards you sticking around and signing some autographs for kids in the handshake line. I mean, is that any harder to do again after losing a game by 50 points, or is that something you want to make sure you're doing, win or lose, win by 50, lose by 50, you want to stick around for that?
Yeah, especially with kids, they don't really care. Like, they don't they don't know the score as much. Like, they're just excited to be here and to see us and to meet us, and I think it's really important, like, just to make sure we're stopping and seeing them.
It's a really tough loss. Obviously, we wanted to come in here and win everything. But definitely a lot to learn from this experience. The season's not over. That's a good part. So we're definitely going to learn from it moving forward.
Yeah, describe what you can take out of this and such a tough team into the tournament.
I think just taking care of the ball, myself included, just being extra sharp on top of our scout. It's hard coming to the tournament back-to-back games. The scout has to be really on, and I think we let up a couple times, but definitely taking those two things into these next games that we have will be helpful.
I know that win or lose, you would have wanted to shake it off for the NCAA tournament, flush it, and focus on the games ahead. How long does it take to shake off a loss like this?
I think tonight we can let it go. We're still going to watch film, still going to learn, like I said, learn from this whole experience. But yeah, after we watch that film, take our notes, take it to the chin, and I think we're still really confident in what we can accomplish this season, and we can get deep into the tournament. So it's really important that we learn from it, but that we shake it.
With how mature this UCLA team is, how important is it for you guys to be able to understand that you guys could potentially reach the level that they're reaching to with how young you guys are?
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. Coach Jay mentioned something about that too, just that, they've been here before. They were here last year. Credit to them. They played a great game. And a great team overall. I really think, like you said, through these years, through experiences like this, we can keep stepping up and reach that level, hopefully, where that's the standard for us.
What do you make of this? I guess, what do you make of this whole game and this whole experience?
I think it's been a great experience. It's hard. Obviously, as a competitor, you don't like losing, especially by a lot, and so that's definitely really tough, but I think not letting that sour the entire experience. We had pretty great days yesterday, a pretty great day versus Illinois, and I think, taking what you can, taking what's beneficial, and then blocking out the rest is kind of what I'm trying to do.
Not an ideal performance today, but you personally don't have scored 11 points. How good does it feel to, at least for your personal growth, have a performance on this stage like that?
Yeah, I think it's a really good learning opportunity. They're a great team, so to be out there in this position and be able to play against them, very grateful for that experience.
What was it about UCLA, for you to see them go out and perform like this? What was it that made them so hard to stop today?
I think, just all around, every single one of them is so good. They can all score, so just the way they run their offense and just play all together is really good. I think, obviously not our best day, but we still have March Madness, so I'm excited for this Iowa team still.
Yeah. What is the mindset going forward? I know you want to flush a win or lose. You want to flush up going into the NCAA tournament. So how long are you going to look at this game or focus on this game before moving on to what's next for you guys?
Yeah, I think I'm definitely going to, watch over the film, see, there's a lot of learning opportunities, so check out all those, but not stress too much on it. Coach Jan said, this game doesn't determine, how the rest of the season's been for us. So it's just one game. We got to let it go and move on to the next.
You sound a little hoarse. Have you been yelling, or are you under the weather?
A little bit of both. Yeah, I don't think I've ever sounded this bad in my life. So thank you. Yeah, I'm so glad it's media day today. Yeah.
How long have you been sick for?
Honestly, this entire trip. It started when we left. Yeah, I think there's a sickness definitely going around. But yeah.
How much does 2 weeks help you in that case?
Hopefully good. good. Hopefully I'll be done being sick by tomorrow.
Usually you hope for that.
That would be nice.
It was the same thing. I know Hannah was sick coming here too. The same thing that she had.
There was quite a few people on the team and the coaching staff, yeah. I know Andrea, our trainer, she was like, Addie, everyone's been stealing my cough drops. I don't have any left. So I was like, dang it.